Hello, welcome to TTIGR, That Time I Got Reincarnated podcast, where everyone can come together and enjoy all things anime. My name is Rashawn, and I'm joined here with hosts Devante and Jamal. And to keep up with discussions and topics, you can find us on YouTube, Spotify, Amazon Podcasts, TikTok, Instagram, and more. And for today's topic, we're going to be focusing on the Shonen genre. So thanks for listening and enjoy. So, how was you guys this week overall?
It's good.
Good. Yeah, that's like pretty good. Been hit numbers at work, crunch numbers at work, you know what I mean? So, on the way to getting bonus and stuff like that. And then been watching some anime in my free time. Y'all been watching some anime?
Bro, always. Always.
So we're starting to pick back up at work, which is good. So I won't be having those super early today.
Yeah.
I know enough to where I'm not going to be working super late no more.
Nice.
So
that's always good too.
There is times I still do, like a couple weeks ago, I was working till 8 o'clock, but that's just because it was a horrible job.
Yeah. Man, a lot of cleanup or some shit like that afterwards.
I just started Jobless Reincarnation.
Mm-hmm.
So far,
So hold up. Is that you?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like it is you because you was like, I'm about to go watch some MHA, and then it started MHA, but I was like, wait a minute, that could be anybody watching MHA right now. and then that came up, I was like, wait a minute, I feel like, didn't I just talk about this show the other day? All right, so back.
But so far, I like it. I gotta, trying to watch it with Zaire is kind of hard because he likes to run around the house. So
yeah, for sure.
Keep up with him. But so far, I like it. I like just the whole. The isekai thing is just like the whole genre of it. I think I'm gonna start liking that because I mean, dudes normally they have a shit life and then it's a whole nother thing and they're like, hey, gotta do this now. Because I remember I started Tokyo Revengers a while ago. I gotta get back into it, but same thing.
Yeah.
Is it isekai?
No, it's not. Tokyo Revengers.
Dude literally gets hit by a train and then flashes back to the.
I mean, yeah, because he's not. Well, because that way he goes back in the past. I mean, it's like.
Well, I mean, okay, if he gets hit by a train,
it's like right on the border.
Is the MC is he transported from his world into some sort of another world?
I mean, you can
it's still his world.
You can call it that because it's an ultimate timeline. It's an alternate timeline because it's back in the past, but he's still him. He goes back into his younger self, and he's reliving his life at a certain point in time. But he's changing decisions, life altering decisions. But he goes back into the past. But it's real.
He was reborn as himself.
No, he's not reborn. He's alive in the. He got hit by a bus, and so he was unconscious for years or something like that. But then he was flatlined, but he finally wakes up, and then there's this murder or there's this investigation that's going on, and the person that causes murder. To somebody that he used to go out with was this gang that he used to associate with. And so, or I don't even know he associated with it. He was too scared, but he needed to associate with this gang because this gang leader was the one that ended up killing this girl that he used to fuck with. So he had the detective that's a part of this investigation is the girl's brother. His girl that he used to like. Her brother is the one in the investigation. And so he was like, well, you know her. You knew who the people were back then. You know who these guys are. We need you to answer the question, whatever. And then something tips him off there. He knows that he can link back into the past. And it's been a while since I've seen that. But he starts doing that for him to get clues and stuff he can start solving this case. But man, boy goes through the fucking ringer, dude. Boy goes through the fucking ringer when he goes back into the past.
Take ass whoopings again.
Boy, he takes some beats. I didn't finish it though, but
I haven't finished it either.
They don't fuck around.
Them motherfuckers, they jump you and they beat the hell out of you.
Yeah, some legit gang shit. Tokyo Revengers, yeah. But
I mean, it has
normally with the isekai though, they go into another world.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like it's still
But that's why it's arguable because at the same time, Inuyasha is like that to an extent. Because Kagome, she goes back in time.
She don't get hit by nothing. She just goes into a well.
She does go into a well, but she goes back into a time and it's... Even though she goes back in time, it's a whole fantasy world.
Yeah, it's a whole other world where there's demons and all that stuff. And Inuyasha's a classic.
Yeah,
but,
it is definitely a classic.
Yeah, that was GOAT.
But yeah, I mean, hell yeah, that isekai genre is nice.
Yeah,
though.
like I'm liking that,
bro.
I've
been stuck on it for the last like year or two. Like I've been watching everything.
They're hot. Yeah, they're hot, bro. There was that. So I have to say those. So isekai, fantasy, they're kind of intertwined. Isekai is like a subgenre because it's very specific as far as like how it gets to that fantasy. But
that's kind of like what I like too. So like that.
But those shonen, and then I do like the slice of life romance type stuff too. I was actually watching this one called I mentioned it last time too, but my stepmom's daughter is my ex, and that shit is so like it's pretty.
Why are those titles always so long and like?
They are longer these days. They are like I swear like at these days it's a contest.
Specific.
It's a contest to see who can make the longest title. But at the same time, I don't know. I fuck with it because the shows they be slapping, But
chilling in my 30s after being fired from the Demon Lord.
But it's some real shit though. It's the premise of
while eating cake and ice cream. Like some weird shit.
But it's the whole story and the whole title. You know what I mean?
Right. And then you watch it like, damn, this
is literally what he's going through.
Yeah, you watch it like, bro, this shit is fire, bro. And so I was actually watching it last night, and they actually did. They name dropped another show that I used to fuck with back in the day called Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, which is like that one's more of a slice of life too, but it's more like this girl has like psychic powers, and she's not even aware of it, and so she's just bored of the regular world and wants like extraterrestrial shit to happen, and so she tries to make up scenarios, and lo and behold, like these things are actually happening, but she doesn't know that they're happening, and so everybody that's around her is like trying to like take care of the crisis, and so that as long as she doesn't know, because when she actually finds out that she has powers, then it can like destroy the actual world, and so this girl in the show that I was watching last night, this dude had like a freaking library of manga. Just like his room was just stacked with manga. And then so this girl that he had over, it was one of his friends who picked up the book, and it was that book. And she was like, "Oh, I've been meaning to read this for a while." I was like, "Yo, that's what's up," because I was actually just watching that. And that's actually one of my favorite classics. You know how I've been talking about how I cycle shows? That's one of the ones that I cycle. And I was like, man, that's fire, because like they just name dropped another show. And I like when they do that.
I love it when animators do that. What did One Punch Man dropped Dragon Ball Z a couple times.
Fire Force did too.
Did they?
Yeah, because he's starting to do. Is it Fire Force?
But they do be doing that. Cause even like with Naruto and One Piece on like the manga panels and stuff like that, they'll intertwine each other's art when Naruto was going.
Have you seen the episode? Because I just recently seen it as like a special of the Dragon Ball, One Piece, and what is it?
It's like that Toriko or something like that.
You're talking about like the anime war where it's like that shit was. I kept seeing that.
The thing with that is the thing that they all have in common is this toy animation. Yeah, that's the thing that they have in common.
Hey, that's why it's fun.
Yeah,
you see that cat at the beginning? That's just about to
it's fun. They got a lot of money.
You about to have week after week of just fire.
I didn't know this for the longest because see, they do Dragon Quest as well. And that show is pretty fire too.
That show makes money.
Yeah, that show's pretty fire. Like the animation on that show, like there's money in that. But they are also the people who produce Power Rangers as well.
Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Shit.
So it's like, you know, they've been all like the staple shit, you know, it's like they kind of have
literally my sister's ringtone for me when I call.
Yeah.
Go Power Rangers.
So would that be considered like an anime?
No, it's a live action show. It's based off, because Power Rangers is based off of like I would say like SS Gridman. You guys ever heard of that? See that?
SS Gunman?
No, not Gunman, but like
I know I have mixes of a lot of shit. Like, cause obviously like the Megazords are like Gundams,
right?
Yeah, like it's because it's based off of like those people that were in suits and like Godzilla, and so then they made Power Rangers off of it. But so it's a lot of action. But
that's great. I feel like our childhood was like set up for us to watch anime because like if you look at all the young shows that we had, like even watching like Bugs Bunny and shit like that, like it transferred over very, very easily.
Oh yeah.
All that violence, and then we get.
Well, actually, I would say for me, because I like anime, I like Looney Tunes and all that stuff. Those are definitely classics for me, and I hold those. But I think it got to a certain point where, you know, when you would watch Toonami or whatever,
it was
and
Toonami
those shows, and then you'd be like, man, this is different from watching Dexter, or this is different from watching, or you know, this is
just the intensity of the show. You're like, this is different.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like some actual shit's happening here, and as well animated too at the same time for what we had.
And then fucking like with Toonami, then like Adult Swim came in and they started like
you get the ones that were on Adult Swim too, and then you're like, man, these ones are actually cussing too. Like
they're cussing. There's blood everywhere. Like this is
had me standing up late. On this. Had me standing up late for these ones.
Random anime titty out. Like
shit, right?
Titty.
Yeah, man. Good days back then. Yeah. And then the thing is too is like it was a lot less shows coming out during that point in time because, you know, the medium that we had, it was TV, or you go to a, you know, Blockbuster or a video store to rent them. Damn. But it just that's what I'm saying. Like this,
they're not wrong.
You know what I mean? The way that it was getting pushed out was a lot less, so there's a lot less content coming out. Well, unlike these days where you can just stream that motherfucker. Yeah. So they're just like, we gotta push this shit.
Some people don't know the struggle of having to watch anime on YouTube in 3 different parts.
Yeah, 3 different parts. Yeah, man. It's crazy because you used to have to go to like mini sites to go to like find different shows, and they'll have like parts here, they have parts there, or whatever, man. It was a struggle.
Have y'all looked at like old anime? Like
I'm watching
Dragon Ball.
I'm literally watching Dragon Ball.
I know.
Oh, you're watching Dragon Ball
right now?
I gotta wait.
I'm at the second World Martial Tournament. Goku versus Tien,
bro. Because there's this show. It's called Generator Gall. Have y'all ever heard of that?
Generator Gall.
Yeah, see, like, my dad had this random DVD one day, and me and my brother watched it, and we were hooked, and we were sick, because there was only, like, 3 episodes, and we were like, what do we do from here? Like, what do we...
Got the first season. He got the first like intro.
This guy got a little taste of someone.
Generator what?
Gawl. GAWL. I was... Like, it's from what I haven't watched it though, and I need to do that because that's like I don't know, that came out a while ago. Like I'm pretty sure in the 90s, if not before then.
98, 12 episode. Yeah. It's 12 episode. Let's see, where can we?
Yeah, no, I've never seen that before.
I've never seen it either.
Can I see that?
Yeah. Hold on here.
Yeah, I was gonna try to pull it up on there, but the controller's dead.
And then like
I meant to bring my laptop, but I forgot it.
Yeah. And then there's another movie that me and my brother used to watch called Angel Sanctuary. That movie was so fucking crazy to us.
Yeah.
Like, just because, like, so we're kids. Like, we're like 9 and 4. Mm-hmm. So we're sitting here watching this movie. This dude's arm gets completely ripped off. Like, I'm like,
yeah.
Like,
what is going on?
Like, what is going on? But I wasn't like, I'm not going to watch this. I was like, yo, I need to see what happens now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know, you get intrigued. Like, and then that's
like,
the thing too. With a lot of these long running shows, like, see, back then when Naruto and One Piece was coming out, we didn't know when this was going to end. So you was in it, and you was in it for the story, and you're like, all right, yeah, you know, you're hooked on it. And then next thing you know, is
30 years later,
and you know,
it's still going. You know, I need to keep watching.
Yeah, you get to a certain point, like, I'm trying to see how it ends, and it's.
I'm invested, bro.
Yeah,
I put too much time in this to not.
Yeah, we're invested, and then people are like, "How can you watch that?" You know, being on some point, it's like you don't understand. I've been on this from the jump. Like I've been on this from the jump, bro. Like,
and then that's like, just watch this, and then you'll understand. Like,
yeah, and then you know, with the blessing when you be able to stream it these days, you can blow right through that motherfucker.
Oh yeah,
you know, niggas was really watching this for 30 years.
30 years, bro. I watched. It's on Daily Motion, it looks like, if you want to watch it, Jamal. But I watched all of One Piece from like episode 0 to Impel Down in a matter of.
You must have been doing nothing.
Nothing. Yeah, pulling numbers.
I was working, watching anime, bro. I was working all day long because I was doing chat. And I just had anime up because I was watching it dubbed.
But lie though, One Piece is so easy to watch.
Oh, it is because there's so much. There's like 7 minutes per episode of what happened last time on One Piece? And like the introduction.
Going through the intro. And you know, the way they do it is kind of like back and forth because they don't do an outro. Mm-mm. So it's just like...
Their outros at the beginning?
The outro intros in the beginning.
From the last episode. Like.
Yeah, you know. But it's like, I don't know, sometimes it do be just running along. Like, when you're 7 minutes in, it's like, all right, we're 7 minutes in.
Dude, they straight up. I've been on multiple, especially when it's like hype episodes.
Yeah,
like real, like look at the episodes that you're at right now, watching with Lauren.
Oh, dude, man, those...
I guarantee you, they're showing like the last 3 months of episodes to catch you up. Like, I didn't even have to watch all of this. I could have just watched the recap.
Started right here.
Well, even then, it's just like what's going on in the episodes, because it's like they're showing everything too, so it's like there's a lot going on, and it's like the fight, because again, I'm still in this fight with Katakuri, bro. And I'm telling you, there's a lot that's going on, dude. Like, and I was just thinking about it too. I was like, man, this fight should be coming up, and I'm just like, all right, we're about to get to it. And then literally it'd be like 2-3 episodes of some side stuff with them, like between, like, because it's the Straw Hats, man, they are never together, bro. They're never together. So it's like it's a bunch of stuff going on, and it's like,
Yeah, like right now with this fighting one.
Yeah, it's like there's a bunch. Oh, and then when you bring other parties in it, they got alliances. It's like there's a bunch of stuff going on. You got the samurais, you got kid pirates, you got law pirates, you got straw hats, you got Topiramas, you got
to get everybody's story. You need everybody's story. And their backstory and their mama's story.
You got the Shogun, you got the previous Shogun, you got the freaking. All right, but yeah, actually that does lead me to my topic that I do want to talk to you guys about today. So that was a great intro. But no, yeah, I wanted to just lead into Shonen topics. Because, I think that's something that's widely popular with everybody.
Yeah.
They hit there.
Shonen Jump.
They're the epitome of what anime is. And honestly, I think the reason why
the face of anime.
It's the face of anime, and the reason why is because, first of all, when it comes to shonen,
Dragon Ball,
the meaning of it is, it's young male, so it's driven towards the young male, and then not only that, it has the action, the fighting, it has the representation of an underdog coming up, becoming top dog, becoming a hero, and everybody can relate to that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. And then most of the anime base is male driven anyway. Of course, no.
It's like 50-50 probably nowadays.
No, I would definitely say women are getting into it, and there's a lot of women that watch it. There's no doubt. But it's mainly male driven. When it's between the shonens, which is, the most popular genre that gets people into anime in the first place, is male driven. It's driven towards men. And then they go and share that with their girls. And then, or, because they have Sailor Moon and Card Captor Sakura and all those other things like that. And those are really good. But, again, you compare those shows to, like you just said, Dragon Ball, Naruto, One Piece, Yu Yu Hakusho, Rurouni Kenshin, like, these are all male-driven. MHA,
besides MHA.
Actually, MHA is something that can bring everybody.
That is. But, all of the shows that you mentioned were all 80s, 90s shows.
You're right. But there's a history with this.
Those all, and in the beginning... Yes, 1,000,000% I agree with what you're saying. But if you look at anime now and new animes that are being made, it's towards both.
Oh yeah, no doubt about that.
And I agree. Shonen is,
but the main base of the fandom now is because you gotta think is a lot of old heads that bring in the new generation into it.
You're not wrong. You are not wrong.
And we watch these shows, these new ones, because they hit.
I'm not gonna lie though. A chick is who brought me into anime. When I was in 6th grade, it was Inuyasha, the first one that I ever watched. She was like, "You got to watch this." I was like, "Oh, okay." Watch that, and then I guess I had watched Dragon Ball, not even knowing that.
Well,
everybody watched Dragon Ball, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, right.
Yeah.
But that was the first legit anime because you can Dragon Ball and Naruto not so much. That's very, very much anime. One Piece is kind of borderline.
One Piece is something that if you watch it, I think it's relatable not even relatable, but it's not the traditional anime style that comes behind it.
Yeah.
You don't sit there and look at it and watch and see Japanese until they have the printing on there that's in Japanese.
But you see Dragon Ball as a young kid, and you that's something that you just see action figures. You see those like characters that
and like you said, that came out in the 80s and it resonated 90s. not only in there, but you come out with the blue-eyed blonde hair, you know, you're resonating to a whole other audience too.
You're American, bro.
You're resonating to a whole other audience too, like they're hitting. And then but the thing is though, there is a history. Those shows, those are household names in anime. Like they are literally the pillars. Like every other show that you watch is fine, but these are the ones that are like you orbit to. Like
they will name drop these animes in their anime,
and like because there's a running for shows and stuff like that, and then there's like a bunch of different side shows that come out during the era that these things are running. And not to say that these aren't great shows that come out with it, but these are the ones that are just staying there throughout the whole time. Like while you're watching all these other shows, you're probably also watching this.
Yeah. Facts.
You know.
Facts. Well, shit, One Piece is
still
you
know
running.
What I mean?
This is still running. It's still
running.
I was just looking at the newest the update for the spring season. One Piece. That's gonna be on there.
One Piece. You know what I mean? Yeah, One Piece.
It's gonna be on there.
You know you can at this point you can look forward to One Piece.
One Piece.
You know what's gonna come out next? One
Piece. You know what? It's like if One Piece ain't there for 3 months, then there's a world trauma. Like it's like Waffle House ain't.
If they don't, it's either they getting ready to drop out a Heat episode. At this point, they get ready to drop a Heat episode, so they're giving people time to animate it, or they're giving people, or it's a holiday, it's Christmas, New Year's.
They give them like a month though. That's it. Tops.
Yeah,
tops. If it's more than a month,
or like you said, somebody just died, like a national crisis.
Right. Like if it's more than a month, there's a national crisis. Or there's some major issues in Japan.
But honestly, that's those major running shows. And the thing is that because One Piece is from back in the day, and so with that here, it's continue that tradition. Black Clover did it for a little while until it went on hiatus, and then Boruto was doing it too as far as the new gen. But otherwise, most shows don't do that these days. Super did it for a little while it was running, but otherwise, like new gen shows,
the whole time it was running.
No. The Super did it the whole time it was running, but that 150 episodes.
That was a whole year and some change where Dragon Ball was every summer. It was actually 3 years almost. Where it was
2015. It was 2015 to like 2018.
Yeah, 3 years worth of hitters every. Just like it was Dragon Ball, One Piece. Yeah. Dragon Ball, what'd you watch? Dragon Ball, One Piece?
Yeah. And actually, because that time too, I know y'all don't watch it, but Naruto was out there that time too. Yeah. And because Naruto ended in 2017. But the thing is with it is that because even though Dragon Ball, again, is one of those older shows that it can do a continuous, like a weekly episode type deal. But most of these shows these days, they don't do that weekly episode because it takes a lot of time, money, and then to have weekly content, it's like, man, you know. But as far as new gen though, Black Clover has done it while it was out, and this was out for around 150 episodes or so too.
3 years,
and then
5 years actually, because they had a couple hiatuses.
And then I'm trying to think who else, because Attack on Titan's not doing it.
The Slime is surprisingly doing it.
Well, Slime's good, but it's not coming out like that. Slime's coming out just like it's doing they do cores.
Did they stop?
Yeah, they do like a season, where there's 12 to 24 episodes, and then they'll stop, and then for the next season, whereas like Dragon Ball,
it was all one season.
Yeah, well, I guess not one season because they'll come out on DVDs like seasons, but they're doing all seasons simultaneously. Yeah, and then
like the show is already done. Like
right.
Yeah. Well, actually, during that time, bro, no, they was doing that stuff weekly.
Yeah.
Like when that Tournament of Power was coming out, like we was all getting that smoke at the same time.
We were caught up to the manga.
No, it was like, they didn't even have the manga out. That was the live adaptation. They did the manga after that point. Like, we was all coming out. We was all coming out with the smoke. That was what was so hype. We was all coming out after the smoke at the same time, making predictions and shit. Yes, bro.
I forgot.
It was so hype. Yeah, the manga came out after that point, bro. Like, that shit was so hype.
Because everybody was like, "Oh, they're gonna change it. It's manga.
Yeah.
This ain't even canon." Like, no, nigga, shut up. This is canon.
That shit was hard.
Oh man. Speaking of Dragon Ball, now hella
spoilers. And that's why right now, they did that movie before they did the manga strip. That was live, and now they're just.
And now they're just
It's just solidifying. It's solidifying the canonness of it. It's in manga.
I can't wait to see what they do with Goku, Vegeta, and this. I don't even want to. I'm so far ahead. I think anybody who's a Dragon Ball fan is probably where we're at this point, because you can't leave from the Tournament of Power going to see Broly.
You can't see Broly you can't see Broly or Super without reading it. Can you actually you probably can.
No, you can go see Broly without. They've made a movie.
No, you can. You have to see the Tournament of Power to see Broly, because they don't focus on it too much, but they do mention it in the beginning.
Yeah, they mention it. But that's what I'm saying. That's what they've given us so far. We saw the Tournament of Power, and that's when they were fighting. You know who they were fighting in the manga during that time, and then after not the Tournament of Power when they released Broly, and then now where they're at in the manga, the only last thing they released.
I believe that Broly is before Moro. Yeah, I think Broly might be before Moro. Not to say that Broly.
No, he is.
Not to say that. Yeah. Not to say that Broly is weaker than Moro or anything like that, but I just think that he's just a different beast.
Broly was weaker than Moro. Moro was fucking entirely.
He was eating planets.
Did you see what Goku?
I mean, he was eating planets, but Moro was good at magic, and Goku's not good at sorcery.
I mean, I guess, but he was absorbing planets.
He might be absorbing planets, but Broly can destroy a universe. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when you're eating planets, I mean, you can eat planets, but I can destroy the universe.
He could.
So it's like
he could eat a universe, though.
He probably could. I honestly don't know. Like Broly against Moro, like I would like to see that.
I mean, did you see the struggle bus that they went through?
Yeah, but did you see Broly fighting Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta?
That is facts. That is fucking. He went toe to toe with that nigga for a second.
Yeah. He was in there for a second.
For like half a second.
He was about to get wiped out when that Kamehameha wave came in. He was like he got wished away. Oh, because that was when he had that gleam in that eye.
That's game
and he was
over.
Like, yeah, it was game over. But it was game over at
this shit.
It was. Like, that's how you know the finisher. That gleam in the eye, it's done.
There's none. You died, bro. There's nothing being held back. This was not a fun Kamehameha wave. This wasn't a test your strength, nigga. No, I'm destroyed.
Yeah.
Like, this is the unalive you right now.
The unalive you. But, because talking about these main shows, I do want to do some honorable mentions, too. Because also shows that were doing running shows like that. So going back a little bit before Yu Yu Hakusho. Because there's a history to this.
But I don't know why. Every time I watch a Yu Yu Hakusho, I can't get past the Dark Tournament.
I remember that one time. Man,
I stopped there. Like, I don't know why. I've never watched past that.
Bleach and Yu Yu Hakusho, they're too much similar. They're too similar to me. I can't watch either of them.
No, those are two different shows.
They're too similar. They're both about the spirit powers and
they might have. Everybody fights demons. This is the same thing.
I don't know, bro. The way they're intro, they're too similar.
No, bro. All right, so man, Yusuke Urameshi is by far, arguably, probably one of the best MCs out there.
Yeah, very true.
That nigga is too real. He is too real. I'm telling you, if you just watch this nigga, I understand that it might be a little dated, but
hey, it was hard. It was HD for its time.
Yeah, like these niggas is hard. These niggas is hard. And it's not even only the main characters, the side characters that come with it. But either way, so going back all the way to the 40s, right? Anime, right? The origin of anime comes out with Astro Boy. You know,
dude. Astro Boy, I did not know it was anime until like later on.
You can call it the god of anime or the godfather of anime, and then you kind of bypass it 20 years later to the 60s, and then you get Speed Racer.
Ooh,
you know,
yeah.
And then from that point,
that was an
you know,
back then you're like it's just a cartoon.
It gives you how long it's been around, and then you bypass 20 years from that point, then you get Dragon Ball.
Fire.
And then from that point, 10 years after that point, then you get the big three, Naruto, One Piece, and Bleach.
One Piece is fire.
And then from that point, then you...
Actually...
And then essentially 20 years from that point, from Dragon Ball, so from... Well, actually...
Dragon Ball and One Piece were released around
the same that's what I'm saying. They were released around the same time.
No, because Dragon Ball...
99.
Yeah, One Piece is 99, and Dragon Ball came out in 86. Yeah. And it ended in 93.
Dragon Ball But Dragon Ball Z, which is what everybody really knows,
ended in,
not everybody actually knows.
No, Dragon Ball Z ended in 93 and GT ended in 96, bro.
No way,
bro.
Dragon Ball Z
ended in 93? You got to think 86 to 89 Dragon Ball, 89 to 93, which is like another 3-4 years Dragon Ball Z, and then you got GT for another 4 years. 86 to 9, that's 10 years, bro.
Holy shit!
That's 10.
89.
Oh yeah, that's 10 years of running. Like it's running. It ran a decade, and then from that point, essentially, One Piece, Naruto, and really One Piece and Naruto did the same thing after that point. So it ended, and then essentially 10 years later, because even though
it ended in 96.
Yeah, 96.
Okay.
GT.
No.
Oh, Z.
Dragon Ball Z.
And then GT. 99 maybe.
See, GT. I feel like a lot of people know GT because of Budokai,
97.
like the game.
97.
So it was only a year.
Yeah, because
GT wasn't very long.
It wasn't.
No,
it wasn't.
It was basically like Baby Vegeta, Omega Shenron, like.
But it was at least like it was probably at least around the same time as Dragon Ball, like 100 something episodes.
Was it?
Because regular Dragon Ball was 150 episodes.
Literally came out the very following month that
Z
ended because Z ended in January. On January 31st, Dragon Ball GT started on February 7th. So it was the next week.
Damn, they just pushed that. They're ready to push that.
Yeah, it literally started the very next week.
Like, hey, don't worry, y'all ain't going without that.
Oh, yeah, and then, okay, I was talking to this Jamal one time. Bro, I don't know why we were even slacking on this. They were making the same games with the same story, the same plot, the same characters for like 15, 20 years after Dragon Ball ended.
Bro, everybody
and we were still playing.
Every year because the graphics were slightly better.
Playing it.
They come out nigga, they're about to come out with it again. Yeah. And we are all about to go pay.
Yeah.
Again. They came out with this, but at least you got new characters now. They're coming out with new content. You know what I mean? Like, at least
I don't give a fuck about the new characters.
Yeah,
I'm not even gonna lie.
But I'm like, but that's exactly it. We did not care about no new nothing. No new nothing. The same game, the same with the same story.
That is all that Madden and NBA 2K is. Year after year, it's the same game with a slightly different roster.
Yeah, it's like
they just changed the name of it.
Change the name. Or the order that you unlock the characters.
Yeah.
It's the same characters, but this time you're going to unlock it after this one instead of
until the Budokais came out, because then they were like, all right, we're going to add some fusion. We're going to give a little depth to the world. We're going to have these battles with these.
Well, yeah, they changed the dynamics of the gameplay.
Yeah.
Which is like, and I guess there's that for it, because it is the same story, but it's the dynamic of the gameplay.
Because if you look at Xenoverse versus Dragon Ball Super Fighters. They're the same. It's the same game, but they're totally different with the way it works. Like I hate fighters.
Actually, I copped that again. I kind of want to give it another shot.
Bro, I'm mad that you made me get
Xenoverse.
Yeah, because I didn't know that all of my progress wasn't gonna carry over.
I didn't either.
So I'm sitting here looking at this shit on my PC like, fuck. Yeah. I put so much time with that character.
Me too. I'm sick about it too. But
every time I load it up, I'm like, man, I don't even want to play this game. Throw some Call of Duty on.
Honestly, that's kind of what happened with my Shinobi Striker too, because like it couldn't transfer to the computer. I was like, man, I spent so much time and effort on my other.
Man, Genshin Impact would be cool on the PC. I've been thinking about starting to play that.
Genshin is nice. Actually, it'd be dope. You can play. You can do parties.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
is it on PC or no?
Yeah, it is on PC. Okay. Yep.
I also just downloaded.
Just make sure to keep it up to date, because when you don't keep it up to date, then you're always downloading that motherfucker.
Oh, shit.
So just make sure to maybe play it for
like once a week.
Yeah, make sure to play it, because
Black Desert is also a game that was just free on stream, so I downloaded that.
I have an account on there. It's been a little while since I played that.
Yeah, DJ was playing that.
Yeah.
No, but you're right.
I did get since we were on that for quick, I did get New World. So I've been kind of fucking with that a little bit. New World, it's another RPG game, like Black Desert and stuff.
I'm gonna have to check it out.
See, that game I have not been able to do.
Well, I just just a little bit at a time. Sometimes it's like 30 minutes or so. Sometimes it's 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, that don't happen.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna go home and I'm about to go jump on here.
It's like
sometimes
I be working.
but
run out of that kid. But
no, that's true. That's true. You gotta do what you gotta do, man. But yeah, because so you kind of get to that guideline, and then when you get to the 90s and the early 2000s, which is essentially like another 20-year gap from the 86 to the early 2000s, where Naruto and One Piece was running. Bleach was there too, but Bleach actually came out in the 2000s, whereas Naruto was made in the 90s. It was actually adapted in like early 2000, like 2000 or 2001. One Piece was animated in 99.
Naruto Shippuden. Oh wait,
the Shippuden is the second half, but Naruto, like in the U.S., I think it came out in 2002.
2005.
2005. No, then it came out in Japan in 2002.
And then Naruto started in...
Like the manga itself started in 99.
One Piece started in 99.
Yeah, it was animated in 99.
Yeah.
So the manga it was like 97 or 98.
Yeah.
But,
and Bleach also started in 06.
Yeah, see, Bleach started in 06. Yeah, see, Naruto and One Piece already started for a little while.
My brother and Bruce were watching all the time. Like, Bruce come over faithfully for that. He's like, we gotta watch Bleach.
Yeah, I actually met your brother before I met you with that anime stuff. He was hanging out with Bruce.
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
you're right. 97, and then took 2 years for Naruto.
Yep. So they're like neck and neck, and that's why the mangakas are like really good friends and also rivals as well. And actually, fun fact, Kishimoto, because at one point in time, Oda was sick during the Dressrosa arcing, so he had Kishimoto go in there and help animate it. And so it's like, they're really good friends.
Obviously.
But with that here, but then Bleach, is a really good one too that came out during time. But honorable mentions that during the time of the early 2000s, for like 06 and going on to like 2010 and stuff, like Fairy Tail. Was a good one.
Nice.
It is a good one. Like at first, it took me a second to get into, but as you start watching it, especially when it gets to the widget game arcs, it's just like everybody is like main core, like with that battle royale tournament. Like they do start booming. They do start booming.
Fairy Tail's one.
I can't stand the transformations in that. It's too.
The transformations.
It's theatrical. It's the same thing over and over again.
It's not. My problem with Fairy Tail was it wasn't violent enough. Like,
yeah.
I was saying,
like, no one dies.
Do this.
Like,
it's almost like Power. It's like a kid version of anime.
Well, because I can definitely see that at first. It is hard to get into, but like,
it's just too much.
I can't really recall. Yeah, because there's a point in time where it starts getting into it. Oh, it's more when they really start getting into like that main villain at first. I want to say it's not the triad. It's the one, oh man, I can't even bring it up. It's been so long since I watched it. But it's alright though.
The main villain.
Because not the end villain,
not Agna Logia.
Yeah, Agna Logia, which that nigga was hard. That nigga was hard. Oh yeah, Fairy Tail is nice. That nigga was hard. Agna Logia was hard, nigga.
Savage.
Yeah. And then, what's his name? Is his name Nox? Or is it, so there's this one dude that's in there that, honestly, Fairy Tail is almost like a knockoff One Piece. How I feel like, I'm not gonna lie, it does remind me a lot of One Piece, like just the way it's animated and the way that they go about their fighting styles. And then Natsu too, and Natsu gets super strong too.
Yeah, that nigga when he gets E&D.
Yeah,
he's just so annoying though. Always yelling, and
they're always
if you were able to watch Black Clover,
bro. No, okay. So the first time same. But the first time I watched Black Clover didn't bother me that much, right? I got to the arc after he got in trouble with the clan and everything for being a demon, half demon, whatever they wanted to kill him. After they fought the first demon,
yeah,
bro. I got
to there, and then I stopped because I caught up to where it was currently, and I let it run out. Bro, and then I started watching it again, and I was like, man, now I see what everybody was saying about this nigga yelling. That shit is annoying. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, no, he do be yelling. But no, yeah, he do be yelling. But I was actually cool when, as soon as at the end of that episode, when that dude tried to try him real quick, and he had to put him down, and they did that animation like that, I was like, oh yeah, I mean, I already knew.
I think Skylar killed Fairy Tail for me because he was always watching that shit. And, I wasn't watching it. All I would ever hear in the background is that fucking transformation where he was trying to become his dragon or get his dragon out. Or the dragon power, yada yada yada, and then when he goes to Natsu goes to punch somebody or whatever, man.
Well, because it's like that, but I mean,
dragon fire.
It's honestly
every fucking time he does it, he does like a ritual. I don't need to hear all that shit, bro.
It's almost the same as Luffy saying "gum gum." Pistol.
No, it is not.
It literally
is not. No, because it is a 30-second whole ass show that pops up. Like he could be in the middle of a fight and it'll change the whole background and everything. The dragon summoning ritual, whatever, and then like it pops up in the background. The little dragon.
Would say, man,
and it's a bad animation.
Yeah,
it's not even a good animation. That is
no, that show is pretty good. It is a pretty good anime. The fight scenes aren't like it's not top fight scenes, but it does get to its point in time where it really starts hitting on the fight scenes though. But but I will say though that everything all shonens have that thing to offer, and especially when you like watch them for a second, they go in, and then also too I forgot to mention was Rurouni Kenshin. That shit was smooth.
Yeah. But that's also something that I realized because that's an older show too, and how much faster paced those shows are than the way they are now. Like, cause it's like something happens, boom. The fight's about to happen. Like that's how it seems like it happens in those shows.
Well, back then they were getting popping off with the action right away. They were getting quick to the action, and these days too, I wouldn't say that they're not getting to the action pretty quickly. I think they actually do it really well, and I think it's also a way that because again, not every show can do it because a lot of things that they have with these bigger shows, especially with Naruto, is the fillers that come with it. Because they're doing it weekly. And then, they're like, we're doing weekly content for fucking 15, 20 years at that point in time. And so it's like, sometimes we gotta do it or sometimes you get caught up to the manga. And so they could have just did it in like parts. They could have just took a break, wait for the manga adaptation came out. We all would have came back and watched it. Back at the same time, during that point in time, it was newer. It's not as mainstream and popular as it is this time. Like they didn't know they was gonna make it. Like they had to bring it out because otherwise, who knows what was gonna happen?
Facts.
You know what I mean? So it's like
they was testing boundaries big time.
You know what I mean? It's solidified now, but during that process, it was all trial. They was just doing it. But and then also wanted to mention Full Metal Alchemist.
Brotherhood or the regular one?
I've seen Brotherhood. I have. I've seen Brotherhood. I haven't seen the original one.
Yeah.
But it's it's pretty much in a remake of the original, just with more, just faster pace, isn't it?
I have never seen the original.
Yeah. What is it?
Oh, Full Metal Alchemist.
Nah, see, that's another one that Skylar used to watch a lot, and I just could never get into it.
Yeah.
Really?
I went through it one time.
Yeah, I haven't watched it in a while. I tried to watch it not that long ago, but I was just like, eh.
And then there's also, Demon Slayer as well. Really good one. Demon Slayer is good, but now we talk about it right now, we are going to have to bring up this movie.
Man, that fucking bullshit. Hold up. Yeah. Nah, I would like a conversation with the people who promoted this.
For real.
Movie.
Right.
Because all these niggas showed me were the last 2 episodes that I paid for on Crunchyroll, and then 1 episode that I'm about to get anyways in like April.
Yeah.
May.
And that's the thing. Are they really about to just put out that first episode when Demon Slayer Season 3 come out? Just put out that same episode?
They're literally going to put out the same episode.
Are they going to put out that
They're going to put out the same episode. That is going to be the same episode. It literally told us that that's they did the whole beginning and end. Like, they did the intro and all that shit. All it was, we paid for a full movie to go see 17 minutes of extra anime.
You don't think they're going to do a special, bring out episode 1 and 2?
No, I don't.
You don't think
they only got 12 episodes? They got 12 episodes. They can't.
You don't think they're going to do
if anything, they're going to break the first episode into 2 episodes. What? That moved Demon Slayer down. That was a top tier anime until that movie, bro. I'm not gonna lie. That movie fucked it up for me.
It re-solidified because then it makes you think too about the whole Mugen Train arc too, how they did that shit too.
I mean, that was good.
It was good.
It was good.
But then you also see that it's on Crunchyroll.
That was not that cool to see. That wasn't that good to see.
They just did the same thing.
But it took a little bit of time on the Crunchyroll side. But they gave us at least an entire movie, and the way that it was broken down in the anime is different than the way that it was broken down in the movie. Just like Dragon Ball does. Dragon Ball releases a movie.
Yeah,
and then 90% of the time, like Resurrection F was a little bit different. There was parts of it that were different than how it went in the anime and how it went in the manga.
I thought that was pretty similar.
Word for word isn't going to Battle of the Gods. Word for word isn't going to be the same. Even right now in Dragon Ball, when we did the movie for
the movie and how they're getting into it in the manga.
Just ever so slightly. Krillin didn't get bodied by a bee in the movie, but that nigga got bodied by a bee in the manga.
That whole position that he's doing right now is what Piccolo was doing.
Right. So like, there's slight differences, and I bet you when the anime comes out, it's going to be ever so slightly different.
But again, that came out before the manga adaptation, so that was the original adaptation. Right?
But what Demon Slayer just pulled is some fucking bullshit, bro. They showed us the last 2 episodes, and that during the whole movie, I was like, hey, wait, hold up. Is anything going to be... And they weren't even different.
Everyone was sitting there like, yo, what the fuck just happened?
Right. Like, is there... And then like, people were waiting afterwards like, oh, no, they're joking. Not lights came on.
Like we were
that's for real.
So, nah.
Pay for popcorn and...
Capital F for Demon Slayer on that one. Big
L. Yeah.
Big man. That shit was not in the movie theaters for very long at all. It was not in the movie theaters for more than like a week.
Probably because first saw it, they were like, don't go see that shit.
This is not worth your time. You are literally paying for the first episode of the anime. And then when's it coming out? I think it's coming out this year.
See, and that's the thing too, is they probably do that because they need money. It's a lot of high quality product because the animation is high quality, and that's the thing that's saving it. Because the story itself, I like Demon Slayer, but it's not like a top tier story. You know what I mean? But the animation, it is nice. It's smooth. And then also too, that's why like the people who animate Demon Slayer animate Fate, the series.
Oh yeah.
Hard.
All of those are hard. They're
Fate,
and they're like, bro, you gotta
watch.
And
they all have story. Yeah, they're like alternate universes of each other, but it's all like this.
Bro, we paid to see the anime that we're about to get on April 9th. We watched it a month early. That's all we paid for.
Trying to show them some love. You know what I mean,
bro?
I support anime.
What? That shit's coming out next week.
For real, dude. I am. If it's really the first episode,
bro, it is. You already know it is.
If it's really like that, I know that's about to go off in the community. I know that's about. Demon Slayer is about to get eaten alive. Episode 2 has to be the most fire episode we've ever seen. It has to be the most fire episode we've ever seen, and I hope that they know this too. Because if it's not, bro,
the rating is about to get dropped. It probably won't get dropped because it's still fire ass anime.
Well, we're gonna watch to see what happens. But if it keeps that up throughout all season 3,
I might wait. I might let the season sit and let the ratings drop.
Might let it cook.
Might let it cook for a little bit and then watch it later.
Yeah.
If that ruins the rest of the series, it's their own damn fault.
Yeah.
You don't release just one episode. Just one, like one new episode. You could have released the whole first 3 episodes of the new season. That would have been worth it right there. We go in and then
they could have literally did what they did, recap season 1 and the last 2 episodes of season 2 to get caught up, and then did like the remainder 45 minutes to an hour of new shit.
Like that new show was like an hour long. Like
would have been fine. Would have been cool. Would have been like great. You know what I mean? I could have used a recap, but no, there was like.
Recap was fine.
No, the recap was too much.
What's even crazy is the recap. They didn't even put all of the recap. They just put some of it, like because they cut out a lot of the fire scenes in that recap.
That's true. It was already after old boy had his arm cut off.
Right. It wasn't
even the beginning fight.
Right.
Like
it was just like the end and like a little bit of the like, and they took out all the like super fire shit that went on. The super fire shit. The shit that had me break my phone, nigga. The shit I was like, oh my god. Like what? Oh man.
Yeah.
Bro.
They fucked up. They fucked up, man. They fucked up.
Playing games.
Damn. I wish you didn't bring that up. That is
yeah, no, I had to. I don't think I could have let that one go because I had that in here and I was just like, nah. I was kind of frustrated about that at work.
Bro, I forgot about that. I was so mad when we left that movie theater because damn,
we all were.
Yeah.
I drove to Omaha for nothing. For an episode of an anime.
Yeah.
Bro, 2 hours of my life gone for 30 minutes. It wasn't even a full. They had the gall to put the intro and the exit in the anime 3 times. I had to watch that shit 3 times. Like, and you couldn't even skip it.
They made credits, bro. You couldn't even.
That's what I'm saying. We had to watch it.
Couldn't even say next episode.
I had to do 3 sets of credits.
I really could have went and got something else too. I was sitting there waiting. I don't want to miss nothing. And oh, dog, Durfee fell asleep.
I would have too.
He fell asleep during the first house and literally woke up when it actually mattered. When they actually played the first.
That nigga got a good nap in. That nigga got a good. He paid for a nap. He paid for a nap. He paid for a nap in the episode of anime, bro.
Yeah,
he did it right. He did it right. Yeah.
Like,
he knew. He was like, wait, I haven't heard this one yet.
For real, that shit is nuts.
Wait, this sounds new.
Yeah.
Like,
my man must speak Japanese.
What a subconscious level. What a subconscious level. Shit.
Dang, bro. That's sickening.
Oh, but another kind of moving on from Demon Slayer because it's sickening.
I don't know if I can, bro.
Another reason why I do think that the shonen anime genre is so popular is because it does embody almost every different genre of anime. Whether it has the adventure, fantasy aspect, fighting, it has its chill moments, it has its comedy, it has characters that have every single freaking hair color and that any anime can provide. You know what I mean? Pretty much covers a wide spread. It has its romance at its times. Very, very finical, but it has its romance at its moments. And it just kind of spreads it all, so you get all of it. And it's a very good entryway to get into these specific genres.
You're really not wrong. Every bit. I refer back to Dragon Ball, and that might be my own thing, but it literally
has everything.
Everything. You get Slice of Life. You get the romance novels. You get the isekai when he dies and goes to fucking heaven and hell.
Yeah.
You get every bit of anime. There's every part of it, and there's not like. And if you look at My Hero, it's all there. Every bit of it, it's all there. And I think that's why My Hero right now is.
It's when they do it well.
Yeah.
It's when they do it well is when it really has, because it's like they're all encompassing this, but it's the way that they present it because,
you
Dragon
fall in
Ball.
love with those characters.
Yeah, Dragon Ball did it in this groundbreaking way when it came to its action. And it had story too. Mm-hmm. It did have story too. I would say during the latter half of Z, like when the Majin Buu arc came, I wouldn't say that it was too much story, but the action was there. Mm-hmm. It had groundbreaking action. And
the story was even there with Majin Buu. If you really think about it, because Gohan is up, he's trying to become mystical Gohan. He's showing who he is, and then he goes up. He's all cocky. He gets ate up immediately.
He gets ate up, but he should have probably ended that though.
He should have. There was a lot of give and take on this stuff.
Yeah, I don't think it was bad by any means, but I just don't think that it was just strong until the Cell Saga. Like, that was all straight heat. Like, you watch that, and especially when you're watching the Frieza arc, and they're all trying to, like, run away from this nigga Frieza because he's so deadly. And you're like, damn, bro. And then you get to the Android arc, and then you're just like, man, this nigga's absorbing everybody. These androids are ruthless. This nigga Trunks is hard.
You know what's crazy, though? Cell compared to the villains now, nothing.
Fodder. But you know what they did that I always talked about, I feel like? But they did it, but they didn't do it in the way that I thought they should. Is that if you're going to bring back Frieza, you need to bring back Cell and then just make a new version. So, like, the Cell Max would have been, like, a great idea if they just, like, condensed him and made him just, like...
Get to perfect Cell.
Or even if it was, like, a Cell Max, but they just condensed him and actually gave him a conscience.
Well, see, that's something that they still could do, because not what's his name? It's not Dr. Jerome.
It's Hedo.
Dr. Hedo.
At
the end of this, he's not dead.
He's not dead.
He's not dead. He is good, but the Red Ribbon Army is.
I think they're still about to make Cell Max again in the manga. And that's the thing. And so they might do it differently, but I don't think they're going to do it too much differently. And if they do, I would be proud. If they do it as if, like, he becomes an actual villain and, like, it's Cell Max, that would be hard. Like, with a conscious... thing roaring around, and then Gohan gets his deal, and then fights Cell Max. That would be.
I think they're gonna do. They leave it all the same. Dr. Hedo is gonna become, good, whatever. But some remnants of the information from Cell Max and that whole thing, it wasn't done. And all of that information in the Red Ribbon Army is going to get the access to it. Or maybe even one of his androids, like that, the one that got the died or whatever. Mm-hmm. Maybe they'll be able to reincarnate him as the Cell Max or introduce it with the
Gamma 2.
Gamma 2. I'm telling you, I almost feel that they're going to bring back Perfect Cell because there's no way that Gohan got such a power up.
They might just make a whole other android. Instead of Cell Max.
That very well true, but there's no way that Gohan got a power up to where Toriyama said that he's stronger than Ultra Instinct Goku and Ultra Ego Vegeta currently. There's no way that that's what's going on, and they don't have something.
You think he's stronger than those?
That's what they said. That is what has been said.
Oh.
Toriyama said that shit, bro. Gohan is now when that shit came out. Beast form Gohan, was stronger.
Like,
that's what.
Yeah, that's
bro.
crazy.
Look it up.
How you gonna hit a nigga that can't be hit?
Hold on. I don't know. Ask Frieza. He hit that nigga pretty hard.
Well, come on, man.
Yeah.
That's that nigga.
Hey.
Literally right now.
Beast Gohan. Hold up. Yeah. Toriyama stated in his beast mode, Gohan was as strong as Goku and Vegeta.
I can see that, but stronger. I'm like, damn, these niggas have been working for a minute. This nigga Gohan just like, you know what?
But he just got the power up to make him as strong as Ultra Ego, and
it's still down impressive.
He's got to have something coming at him.
There's something else coming because he's not the main. He's not the MC.
Yeah, there's something else coming. When you got niggas as strong as Jiren out there and Broly,
and Frieza,
and
Black Force Frieza,
Black Air Force Frieza, yep, Moro. You know what I mean? Like he got to be able to fight.
Moro's dead.
I wonder if
dead.
Yeah, but not at this point in time. Cause I honestly think how they're going to incorporate it when it comes back out is they're going to start off with this. What's coming out now with Goten and Trunks being a little bit older, they're going to introduce the new season of Super like this, go through this, and then introduce Moro and all that stuff because it's already animated, so it's content that's already made. And so they're just going to come out this way. It'd be like the perfect introductory back to the new season of Super. Coming back with the characters older and stuff like that.
See, but then how did the manga begin with the Moro arc? Because it was kind of slice of life at the beginning of that as well.
It wasn't too slice of life like that. They kind of got to the Moro real quick.
Did they?
Yeah, Jocko came up and scooped them motherfuckers.
I guess he did kind of right away. They were just living their day by day, and Jocko came and grabbed somebody.
So it's almost like, because, a lot of times when people make a story, it's easier to start more towards at the climax, at the end, and then work your way down to the beginning, so then you can lead it all the way to the end.
See, but then if that's the case, that means timeline is reversed. And Beast Gohan happens prior to them going, or at the same time that the Moro arc happens?
I would say it's before the Moro arc. They're going to do this, and so technically this will be first.
And then Moro
and then Moro, because then it's going to go to Granola, and then it's going to go to Gas, and then Black Air Force Frieza is going to come through.
It gives them time to figure out how to fight.
Because then you got all three of them that can fight at least, because these niggas, Vegeta and Goku.
And see, now you're thinking about it.
Well, because I'm thinking about it, because they could do it like it. They could just do it like have it come on straight with the Moro arc. But I do think that it's going to be something that will work just fine. And I think that it's be a perfect thing to kind of slow down that action. Because you get all that Ultra Instinct impact at first, and then you slow it down real quick to go and show this. It's like, especially a movie that we've already seen, because look how long that's going to take. Going through that before they get back to this for what we've already seen a long time ago.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just glad they're still actively working on it, and it's not going to be, 10 years until we get another series. Like, because
it's definitely like 5 before you get into the series, but at least they come out with the manga content.
That's
so
fine.
you're getting live.
It's been 5 years. Shit, Dragon Ball Z ended in 2018.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Z
or Dragon Ball Super.
Yeah, exactly.
2018, bro. So it's been 5 years. It's been So,
but the thing is, like, it's not like how it was before. It just was like it was done.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming out with new shit.
Yeah, I think the anime is coming out either this year or next year.
I'd have to say next year.
You think end of this year?
If it doesn't, it hasn't done it already. It's already 4 months into the new year, so we're already like first quarter going to the second quarter. So if it doesn't drop it by like fall, if it doesn't introduce it by fall, because it's going to be at least another 3 to 6 months before after they introduce it, like Dragon Ball coming back out. When it comes out, you're going to know it's going to come out.
Mm-hmm. See, now you got me looking now.
Because when that shit drop, I'm thinking it's going to be introduced either it's introduced at the end of this year or early 2024. And then from that point, then it has until a little bit later into 2024 or 2025. But we'll still be getting content.
I mean, throughout the whole time, shit, it's coming out monthly.
Yeah, it's coming out monthly. Like, we're getting content for it. And then they are also doing the Super Dragon Ball Heroes bill on YouTube.
See, is that canon? That's not canon.
No, it's not
canon at all.
It's not canon at all, but I honestly think that in the long run, especially with how big of a franchise Dragon Ball is, as long as they continue to do it, it will probably end up being that.
I'm going to say GT Goku and Vegeta show up. Like,
yeah, like, if Dragon Ball is running for, like, 80 years, like, it's probably going to turn into a Super Dragon Ball Heroes.
It's speculating that they're supposed to be end of 2023.
I'm telling you, if they're announcing it.
If they're announcing
it. Because, again, announcing it end of 2023 is it coming out in 2024. No. Because it's not coming out. Like, because if it was coming out, then we would have already had, like, it's coming out. Like, they would have been dropped that shit.
Maybe.
No, they're not going to drop it.
Maybe.
I mean, if they drop it like 1 month before it comes out,
2
that
or
would
3
be
maybe, but like you don't necessarily need to promote that very much.
No, I mean, but they do.
They're going to.
They're going to.
I think
I'm not going to say
he gets a blimp in the Macy's Day Parade now and shit like that.
He does, but they would at least do like a snippet. It doesn't even need to be like a full adaptation, but they would at least be like Dragon Ball 2023, and that would be everywhere.
Yeah.
It would break news. It would be at least a little strip, something saying that it's coming out 2023, like being animated.
I mean, I've seen a lot of. It says it's in the pipeline. I've seen a lot of things, right?
Yeah, like there's rumors. Like I'm sure there's rumors for sure, but like the actual official announcement of it coming out, if it don't come out here and it's already April 2023,
just about
if it's not here by fall 2023. It's coming out in 2024. Because, again, if it's fall, September, October, start getting to that point, then you get 2 to 3 months, then November, December, it's 2024. They're pushing it to the new year.
Hopefully I'm right. That's what I hope
I'm going to say, yeah, because that should be nice. But at the same time, though, I mean, getting new content, I'd rather them come out, with fire content than to rush it. And the thing is that they do have a lot going on, so they can kind of push that content. But, yeah, with that here, there's any anime that you guys want to talk about? Any ones that you kind of watched recently? I know you're talking about the Jobless Reincarnation. Where you at right now?
I've only gotten a few episodes in. He's, dark, like, what's her name? Chick that teaches him magic, basically.
Not teaches the redhead?
Magic. No, purple hair.
The one that figures out he's a beast.
Yeah.
No, what's her name? Rosalie or Rosie?
Yeah, she just left. Yeah. And that's where I'm at.
Oh, Roxy.
Yeah,
Roxy.
He's still a little kid.
Yeah. I'm not far in at all.
Yeah, he's still. That show is hard. I think there's actually a Jobless Reincarnation 2 coming out soon.
Yeah, there's one coming out this upcoming year.
Actually, this upcoming season.
Yeah.
Next like a couple weeks or so.
And then, speaking of isekais, let's do some recommendations or just talk about.
Oh, Brofery! I keep saying that.
Yeah, Brofery. That's out right now.
Fire!
I've been watching the dub, but actually, that's not an isekai.
It's technically not because they're playing a video game.
Yeah, they're playing a game.
They're in another world.
It's like
MMO kind of.
Yeah, it's an MMO. Yeah, cause they're playing a game because they live in the real world. But it's still a really good show though. Like that's not discrediting at all. Like it's a really good show. And because me, like, I like Sword Art Online. Like, it's a really good show.
See, I didn't like that.
See, I know. But
Sword Art Online didn't have enough fights.
Oh, see, to me it did. It also has that thing, too, where it has, like, it got really sappy at the second half of season 1. Mm-hmm. And it's a certain tolerance of that sappiness, I guess. And I can definitely see why it flopped. I definitely went through it, and then, like, with Gun Gale, I kind of like that, too, the different side. We're doing it with guns instead of the fantasy stuff. But then, really, when it got to season 3, for me, it popped back up. It got pretty good again. Because as it goes on, like, Kirito, the main character, he gets older, so he starts getting, like, bigger and high, like, advanced jobs. Like, first he's playing games, but then, like, all these tech companies are hiring him because of his skills. So he's, like, doing other stuff. And so...
I guess I'd have to watch it again. Once again, I watched some of these with Skylar, and he wasn't really a good person to...
Yeah.
To kind of intro to a lot of animes, because he was on some bullshit.
I just think that each of these shows, like, I mean, you know, it's like, definitely, you know, have your opinion with them and do what you want. But at the same time, these are all, like, solidified names for a reason, because they bring something to the genre, especially at that time, especially at 2010, that kind of that newer decade of shows. Sword Art Online came out, and it did the MMORPG differently than ever before, and it came out with, like, such of, like, the stakes were high. Like, it started off cool, like, oh, yeah, this is cool, like, and, like, the mind aspect of it, like, the new virtual reality tech, and, like, get into it, and the next thing you know, it's like, all right, these motherfuckers are stuck, and it's life or death, and you die here, you die in real life, and we're like, oh, shit, and then it kind of just brought a different aspect, and then on top of that, the animation for it was just the newer decade of animation, so, like, it would just look better than most shows at that time, too, and so...
Vinland Saga.
Vinland Saga is fucking...
I need to watch that.
Watch that.
Yeah.
It's gas,
They have
bro.
season 2 coming. I'm letting it play through right now.
Yeah, it actually simulcasts on Netflix.
Yeah, I've heard of some simulcasting like for a while, so I'm letting it run.
Season.
Ranking of a King.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen that, need to watch that.
Yeah, that's good. Those aren't isekai though.
Konosuba. Yeah, I'm just listing some real good ones. Konosuba's pretty good. That's actually apparently having something else come out soon.
Yeah, it's that Megan Mead.
It's just a spin-off.
Explodeful World. Yeah, she's actually my favorite character though. So
she's pretty dope. What else is good? Hunter.
Oh, ReZero. That is another isekai.
I haven't watched that.
Ooh, that one is.
Woo! That's cool. I think you like that one too. That one
is intense, bro.
Nice. Yeah,
man.
And they got it in dub too. They got season 1 and 2.
But see, I couldn't even finish. I started season 2. I'm like, bro, I gotta take a second because it starts off wild, and you're like, fuck, man, I wasn't ready for all this shit. Bro.
That's good.
That's just wild. Reborn.
But those are the type of ones I do like. I like to let them cook because I gotta binge those.
Yeah, you have to. You can't just sit there and not watch it because, man, no.
Yeah.
Campfire Cooking in Another World with my absurd skill. Really long name. Decently good, overpowered isekai. Doesn't make any sense, but it's decent. It's not like super fight driven. It's almost like food driven. The guy's an adventurer. But
the fight scenes that they do have, they put the animation.
There's no fights in them. There's not any. There's some, but they're so overpowered. It doesn't even. Yeah. It's 2-second fight scenes, but it's worth the watch. Honestly, it's kind of this is pretty good. Misfits of Demon King Academy. Heard's pretty good.
That Misfits of Demon King Academy, is that not to be mistaken for the Demon King Academy? You know that one, so that one where it's is it the one where it's look more cartoonish with the kid with the purple hair and he's
no,
or is it the other one?
That one is that one's also good. That's what's his face is going to Demon King Academy. He's a little kid. Yeah. No, the other one is Misfits of
where he goes in there and that first episode he just crushes that dude when he goes in there because they're in there. He's challenging him and he was yeah, I'm about to take your ass out. You ain't shit.
Yeah.
He was
he'll kill you 1,000 ways. Chop. Yeah. Bloodbath. He kills him 1,000 times and bring him back to life.
Yeah.
They're coming out with the season 2. That shit is nuts. Matter of fact, I gotta rewatch that because
That first episode is fire. Dude is talking trash, Jamal. Trash to this kid. He's just trash talking to him. They get to fight. He's like, I'm gonna fight your little bitch ass. Ha ha ha. Dead. And every time he comes back to life, his face is like, ah.
Because of course this dude's he's the previous demon lord.
Dead.
Yeah, he's just he's just like, I think he was just like, I'm tired of this world, and decided to come back like 1,000 years later.
Oh, bro.
And then was like, yeah. And
what
just,
is this again?
It was a Misfit
of Demon King Academy, bro. Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Another good one is The Assassin in Another World.
Oh yeah. The best number, the most lethal assassin or whatever.
Yeah.
That's dope. He gets killed by his organization and gets sent to another world. And
I thought that was a different way of doing it too, because it's like, it's the same premise, isekai, but it's like the way that getting in there is like, and then when he gets in there, the way that he does his abilities too. So yeah, there's some good ones. But yeah, Slime is another one we keep mentioning. Shield Hero is a good one.
Shield Hero.
Oh man, when I first saw that, man, that shit had me fucking hot.
Shield Hero was, yeah, it did. They got me hot. Second season.
That's what I'm saying. See, second season was like, That's why I said I think we need a third season to see what's going on.
Yeah, they need to fix it because I
think we need a third season because what they did with the other heroes in the Cardinal, even the other heroes from another world, they didn't even need to do that. They could have just been heroes from another country. You know what I mean? They didn't even need to do all that. Like, you put them from a whole other world, you have this whole country that we haven't even explored, this whole world that we haven't explored already, and you're bringing people from another world.
You got 4 worlds that you've created. You got 5 worlds you've created.
We've only been in a country.
Right.
And you're talking about bringing in other worlds. But yeah, there's quite a bit of them.
Multiverse.
Oh, and then I'm Standing on a Million Lives.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one.
The way that they do that one too.
That is a good one.
And that one's more like a side off one. It's not even like one of the main shows, but it's like those are like nice gems too. There's that time I got reincarnated as a spider.
That one is fire.
Yeah, it's actually like
that whole thing is fire.
I would say it was underestimated at first, but there's some heat in there. She gets pretty overpowered. But she gets pretty overpowered.
You got reincarnated as a spider. So what? I'm a spider.
Yeah, so I'm a spider. Yeah.
He told me that, and I was like, bro, there ain't no way this shit's fire. You know what? Fuck it. I looked it up. It was part of Isekai. I was like, you know what? I'm not doing anything. I'm gonna watch it. Bro, had me hooked. Watch it in a day. What is this?
Yeah, what else you got?
Dimension Fusion. Adventurers who don't believe in humanity will save the world. This looks good.
Are these newer titles?
This looks good. It's 12 episodes. It's on my watch list. Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch this.